today's video, I've come into this football boot factory to try and see if I can actually get to make a boot, or at least part of it, myself. And that is why I've come on this grueling 20-hour journey out to Mizuno's factory in Japan to, of course, look into why the Mizuno Japan boots hit different and also try and see if I can get my hands dirty and do a bit of the work myself. Now, the reason that the Mizuno Japan boots have that something extra is not that they're built by these super futuristic AI-controlled robots, but instead that they're built by people, in hand, by craftsmen and women that have the knowledge and the skill to actually take the materials to that next level. It's all about the people. It's all about the knowledge. Now, the thing is that when you build boots by hand in a factory like this, it's noisy. So you're gonna get the full, authentic experience here, like you can tell. But the way the process goes is whether you're making a Morelia 2 or a Morelia Neo or an Alpha for that matter, is that you take the upper and then you put it on and stretch it around a last. So basically a plastic foot shape here to actually give the boot its normal shape. Now what you do here when you stretch the upper is that you can also tell that it just gets its softness, its pliability, the ability to mold around your foot. That comes from stretching it around the last. So that's kind of where the magic happens. Some of it at least. Now, I know that stretching isn't necessarily a favorite part of a footballer's day, but after the boot itself has been stretched on this big machine, it's taken and the upper is kind of hammered under the boot, going over the insole board that acts as the base of the boot alongside the strobel piece on the back. After that's happened, it's being checked for little gaps in the hammering. If that's the case, it's being glued in place and then it's put on a conveyor belt where it's taken to be buffed down. Now basically that ensures that it's ready, it's nice and smooth and free of little imperfections for the glue to come on, which eventually you put the outsole over. And you might think, yeah, you just take like a spatula and a knife or some sandpaper, you grind it down. But it's not just that, because it has to be done with precision and with care, being meticulous, because if you screw up the buffing, well, the outsole's not gonna stick on perfectly. So, well, all the steps are important, but the buffing is really important. Right, so I talked about actually being allowed to build some of the boots myself, so why don't I go around and ask and see if they're actually cool with letting me try? I mean, what could possibly happen? Hey, can I try? Can I try? No. Fair enough. Oh, hey, can I try? Okay, please? Can I try? Yes? Yeah, hello? Yeah, I'll take that as a no then. Right. So I wasn't allowed to do any of that, and I think it's best we leave it to the pros, to be honest. But what Mizuno actually did allow me to do, which is gonna be a little bit, there's a little bit of pressure on, is to actually put the sole on this upper of the 40th anniversary Morelia. So we practiced a little bit beforehand, but what you do is you take the boot here, you hold it in a very specific way, and then you gotta get the sole on very precisely here and align it nicely like that. Okay, then you gotta squeeze the upper, make sure that it goes on nicely here and aligns perfectly in the back. You gotta squeeze the back, squeeze the middle, and then hope and pray you did it okay. And it actually looks like I could get a job at the factory. Now, just kidding. I got really lucky here because putting on a sole like this, it looks easy, but actually, the glue is really sticky. So once it goes on where you put it. The worker doing this has been doing it for 30 years, 400 pairs roughly a day, which means that she has put it on 3 million boots, basically. That is 6 million soles put on a pair of football boots. That's experience. This was pure luck. So let's go and slap it on. You put it in the press right over here, down in the mold. There we go. Push the buttons. We press to make sure it actually stays on and it doesn't fall off in the middle. And we go to the other machine. We do one more time. Into the mold. Darth Vader sound. Oh yeah. Man just made a pair of football boots, huh? Not really, but I mean, it all, you gotta start somewhere, right? And there we go. And you know the beauty of it? That you just go right there. I can't lie, guys and girls. I'm kind of happy with this. This was fun. Maybe next time they'll let me do more. Who knows? So, is this a football boot like any other boot? Sure. But the reason that the Mizuno Japan boots hit different is all the time and care and effort and obviously knowledge and craftsmanship that's just been poured into these. Maybe, of course, except for the application of the sole. Because that's kind of questionable on one of them at least. But the thing is that when you get the boots on foot, you go to the pitch, the product and the comfort and the performance just speaks for itself. And I think what also speaks for itself is that I should probably stick to boot nerding, at least for now. But hey, which boot would you build if you got the chance to do so? Let me know in the comment section right down below. Remember that if you want any Mizuno Japan products, you can buy it in the link to Unisport right over there. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel with the notifications on. And if you want to watch more videos, you can do so in the link right down there. With those words, I'll be signing off. Arigatou gozaimasu. Cheerio.